Can you tell us anything whatsoever?
Come on, I know you just give us. One more stage.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Rav, here with my good friend Kyle, aka the Beer Buddy, and our new friends Rich and Andrew from SKYHAMMER. They are playing the Metal to the Max festival that is taking place at the Mad Max 2 compound out near Broken Hill, and it's coming up in October. We will have links to all of the relevant stuff in the description. Needless to say, it is going to be an insane show, and you're going to want to be there if you can make that happen. Now we are diving into the quick question quarter, spelt with Q's, not K's, because we don't roll like that. And the whole point here is to ask a bunch of rapid fire questions, starting out easy, getting a little bit more introspective as we get deeper into it, to try and really dive down into their mental musical mind and figure out what makes them tick. So with that in mind, gentlemen, what was the first instrument that you ever learned to play? And vocals does count.
Guitar.
Nice.
Guitar? Yeah.
There we go.
Mine's maybe a bit more, out of left field for someone playing in a metal band, but alto saxophone.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah.
Can you still play it?
I still can. Yeah. I've, up until having my daughter, I was still going out and playing with a friend. We just playing some pub gigs, go out, have a blow.
You know it needs to go on the album, right?
We do now. We do now.
It's always the question of just because you can't, should you?
Yes.
Take a swing. Take a swing, man.
Yeah, dude. Jeez.
There'll be a place for it somewhere. There'll be a place for it somewhere. Even if you just decide to bust out a cover of Baker Street or something, but in power metal form. All right. What was the first album that you purchased?
I believe the first album that I purchased with my own money would have been Smash by The Offspring.
Ooh, good.
Solid.
That's a good one.
Solid.
I think I would be a toss-up between Maiden, Number of the Beast, or Rust in Peace, Megadeth. It was one of those.
Nice.
Some strong contenders there. By the way, if you're an Iron Maiden fan, you really need to go back and check out our interview with Neil Kay. He was a rock club DJ through the 70s, and he helped put all those new wave of British heavy metal bands on the map. So that's one to go and check out. What was the first live concert that you attended?
First one for me was Silverchair at the Newcastle Civic Theatre.
Hey,
in the day.
Nice.
And, I think I played more before I actually went and saw. The first one I actually went to see would have been probably Strapping Young Lad back at Tivoli in Adelaide years and years ago.
Oh, very nice. Those are some strong first shows there, gentlemen. What is an instrument that you have always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
Probably. I'd love to learn how to play keys. Mm-hmm. I mean, I suppose I sort of can, like the old one finger warrior. Actually play it properly, like kind of concerto, but.
And I've just kind of it just recently started doing the thing I wanted to do was drums, basically. So I've done a lot of guitar, bass stuff, for string stuff, and then a little bit of keyboards. Mm-hmm. But I really, just got into it, just starting to do drums.
Nice. Okay, next question. There's a bit of context for this next question. So if you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, now the rules on this are living or dead, active or not, whatever period in their career that you would pick. But if you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, who would it be?
Oh, geez. I'll go with Manowar just because I just want to imagine what a Manowar backstage. Do they exist in this realm?
That's actually a really different take on the reason why you pick the band.
I just imagine lightning strikes, time space rips open across the Bifrost. They walk on
and they come out from the Flash Gordon universe or something, right?
Because I can't imagine Joey DeMaio just
just
going to
walking
the
out.
shops to get groceries or something like that. You know, it's like surely he's sitting on a throne somewhere.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the next tour. Wrenches at his ankles.
Like, yeah, just like Conan the Barbarian, just like chilling in the yeah.
Just waiting for the next battle.
Skulls of his enemies around
Yeah.
him everywhere.
Yeah. Bass slung over his shoulder, just ready for the next battle.
Oh yeah.
No, I would bit of an odd one, I guess, for the thing. I'd say the Beatles.
Ooh.
That would
Any particular point in their career?
no, not really. It doesn't matter. It's all yeah, it's all good. It's great. Like, love a whole lot. And
Pre-Yoko.
Yeah.
Pre-Yoko. Yes.
Definitely.
Has to be pre-Yoko. All right. Time to dive into your Spotify playlists or your music collections. Who is a band that you are listening to at the moment that you believe is underrated and deserves more attention?
Oh, geez, do you want to handle this one first?
So not underrated in Europe and around like overseas, but Avatar. Amazing live act and cool. Really kind of rocky songs, but they're super heavy at times, and then they've got their whole gimmick thing going on as well.
I'd like to see them live. I feel like I've listened to some of their tunes and I'm like, they're cool, but I feel like there's something missing that I'm maybe not quite getting, not quite clicking for me, that I feel like if I was to see them live would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I had a couple of homies do the Sydney show with them when who was meant to do it? We had them on.
It was
can't remember now.
Was it Our Last Enemy was meant to do it, and then they had to drop out last minute or something?
And then Firefly took the reins. And
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Dude, it was actually really funny because the singer from Firefly was actually such a fan. He was a bit cut that he didn't get the show. He actually has an Avatar tattoo.
Yeah, wow.
So when he got the call up, and it was funny because we actually had the band that was meant to be doing it on the week before.
A bit of a downer.
Oh, man, he was so happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Geez, I would go with, this is maybe a bit of a throwback, but there was a band around in the 90s called Handsome. Not Hanson, Handsome.
Okay.
So they're, I suppose it's post-hardcore, ex-members of Helmet, Quicksand, Chromax.
Any particular song that you'd recommend from them?
Maybe Dim the Lights is a good song. Needles was the single off that album. They only did one album, I think about 97. But yeah, if you like that good sort of helmety, like riffing, lots of great guitar tones and textures, and they throw in some odd times here and there.
Cool.
Great vocal as well, great melodic vocal too. So yeah, if you're sort of into that sort of thing, I think I've been listening to them a lot lately. Can't get enough of it.
Oh,
Sick.
wow. I'm having a listen now. I dig. I dig. Yeah, I'm giving them a follow. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that that's something that I think we need more of in the industry today. And maybe it happens and I'm just not really aware of it just by its very nature, but just these little like one-off supergroup, collaboration things that kind of happen for a very brief period of time and then poof, they're gone. Like them Crooked Vultures is a great example of like, Josh Homme or Homme, however you say his fucking name, I don't know. Dave Grohl and fucking John Paul Jones coming together to do like this, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like very kind of blues inspired, but still very rock focused, like jam album. It sounds like literally they just got in a room and played the songs all together in this space, and just like one-off albums like that of little side projects that kind of just happen, right? You get gems, you get real gems out of those. And it's something that, is just, I think the industry is missing a little bit today. If you've got any cool recommendations for stuff, pop them in the comments. Like, let us know.
Send them over.
We'll check them out 100%. All right, and we're getting a little more introspective here. What is something people may be surprised to learn about you?
Well, I suppose something that I don't really talk too much about. I did write for a brief period. I was writing music reviews for a website back in the mid noughties, which
Awesome.
budding writer, but I don't know.
Is the
Not
website
quite.
still around or no?
I imagine it's probably not, because but maybe on the Wayback Machine it's around there. But it was a website called pyromusic.net.au maybe.
Oh wow!
But some great writers on there. Some actual people who went on to write for actually become serious journalists. And
Oh wow!
Awesome. Well, look, if
it was great. You'd get your bundle of CDs come in the mail, and it was a great way to find out new stuff. But
well, hey, if we ever launch a Two Dudes Talk Music website with written reviews, we'll hit you up.
100%.
Sorry, I have no idea.
Fair enough.
That's all right.
And
what you see is what you get.
no, look, that's very, very fair. That's very, very fair. And the last one now, look, obviously you heard me refer to myself throughout our time together today as the Reverend Raph, and that is because I am indeed an actual legitimately ordained minister. Reverend is a legal title which I hold. And with that in mind, it is time to release yourselves of the weight of your guilt, gentlemen. It is time for confession. What is your worst music sin? I will let you interpret that question however you like.
I'll start. I'll go with this is something, I don't know. I feel like this is as like musicians, you do get a bit what's the word for it? You worry about how people will look at you if you do something a certain way. Now, for a little bit, we were covering a Maiden song. We were doing The Evil That Men Do. And being a bass player, obviously, that's like the big pressure. And I cannot for the life of me figure out how Steve Harris can play those gallops with two fingers. So I'm a three finger guy. The way that I do the gallops, and I don't know. I kind of feel like always someone's judging you when you
Look,
go out a Maiden cover.
Look, I'm a bass player, and I have gone back and forth over my time between fingers and pick, and a bunch, back and forth, and like using two fingers, trying to use three fingers to get different things. And at the end of the day, you just got to do whatever you need to do to play it, is the thing. And if anyone ever gives you shit about it, you're playing with a pick instead of your fingers, or you're using three fingers instead of using two fingers, you just go, look, sorry, I would have done it the way that you want it done, but my hand's tired from fingering your mum all night. Yes, so that's the solution. That's the answer that you give as a bass player if anyone gives you shit about that. It's as simple as that. I got no time for it, right? Like, you use what you need to use to play the song. Fuck them if they get mad about it.
It's the eternal battle with bass players, but the answer in the end is always, well, just do whatever works for you.
Anytime they try and say,
it's either you do it like that or you butcher it.
Anytime they try and say, oh, it's a bass, you shouldn't use a pick, I'll point to the pick guard and I'll be like, what's that called?
Yeah.
A pick guard. Right. Why does it have a pick guard on it? Simple.
It.
I think with me, sin-wise, I don't know. I listen to some weird stuff sometimes, but I won't own up to. But
okay.
Look, there's no shame here, but that's fair enough. I think as musicians, we all have kind of weird taste, especially once we get over the teenage years of like having to be edgy and only listening to metal and only listening
thinking that your little 16-year-old ass is like somehow holding the gates of metal going, I am fucking I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated, so I listen to.
Yeah. Fuck.
My veins. Yeah.
All right. Well, that has been the Quick Question Quarter. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We very much appreciate your time. That is Rich and Andrew from SKYHAMMER. We're going to have links to all of their stuff down there. You should definitely go and check them out, as well as all the other bands playing on Metal to the Max Festival, which is taking place October 5th and 6th at the Mad Max compound out near Broken Hill. Tickets in the description. Get them while they last. It is going to be a hell of a weekend. We are going to be out there. There's going to be 30 bands across 2 days, 3 nights of camping. Just, it's a metalhead paradise. What are you waiting for? Go and scoop the tickets up. I have been the Reverend Raph. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Carl. Thank you to Rich and Andrew from SKYHAMMER, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.